Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please help me with that. Thank you so much. I just wanted to come in here and do this quick little video because I am traumatized and I need to get this out. Yeah, this is about the Succession series finale. It was quite a roller coaster. There's going to be spoilers everywhere, obviously. So if you haven't watched it, and I highly recommend you watch the whole series, please watch it and don't watch this until you watch that. But for those of us who watched it and we're trying to make some sense out of it, we know that the big news of the series finale is that Shiv chose self-interest, let's say, over her family, over her brothers. It was such a cutthroat move. It was such a last minute thing and nobody saw it coming. The writers did something really cruel to us, the faithful viewers. They teased this image of finally family unification, and the kids are all getting along and they're all going to ride into the sunset together, taking up the legacy of their father and taking this company into the future. But alas, that's not what happened. Even though we were given these morsels of unity between the siblings, in the end, I don't think their relationship could ever be repaired after what happened. But I want to get into the whole Shiv thing because I really think she played herself. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to try to explain how my opinion differs from some of the theories that are out there. There are two main theories that are defending Shiv's decision as something that was good, it was noble, it was strategic on her part. Number one, the first theory that I saw is that Shiv was being very strategic. She was looking out for the best thing for her. And by aligning herself with Tom, her husband, on his way to becoming her ex-husband, but now because of this alliance, they've kind of made a new deal to stay together. Because of this alliance, she feels that she has more proximity to the CEO. She can control Tom better than she could have ever controlled Kendall, her brother. She also probably feels that as she's about to have her child, this will be a way to ensure that the family continues to hold on to the legacy of the company by being able to pass down the leadership role from her husband to the children when the time is right. And also they believe that Shiv probably feels that she herself will eventually, through manipulating Tom, will eventually manage to finagle her way into the CEO position, which is what she wanted from the beginning. That's one theory. The other theory is more altruistic. It is the theory that believes that Shiv, after spending all this extra time with her brothers and kind of, warming the family relations and closing the bonds, she saw that in the future, by the brothers maintaining this leadership of the company, they would end up becoming just as a terrible a human being as the father. And so Shiv sacrifices herself and says, I will marry the guy, I will give the company to Tom, and I will sacrifice my happiness so that my brothers can have a life of their own that doesn't doom them to repeat the same mistakes of the father. Let's break the first theory down. The theory that this was strategic, that by being with Tom and giving it to Tom, basically, that she can have a close hold on the company by being the Lady Macbeth, let's say, that's going to control Tom and it's going to make it so that she can end up being in the seat of power. This is terribly flawed because, in my opinion, Tom, I give him 1 year tops as CEO of that company. 1 year tops. Tom is no CEO. He's not CEO material. He's incredibly insecure. He needs reassurance. He needs approval. He just wants to be liked. And that is the last thing you need in a CEO. The CEO has to be the kind of person that can stand in a position that they know is better for the company, better for the shareholders, and whether the public doesn't like it, they don't care. Look at Logan. Logan Roy didn't care about anybody. He cared about that money, getting that bag. That was his priority. And if people hated him, the better. That is the kind of brutality that is needed for the role. We know that famous line that Logan told Kenny that one time. It can't be you because you're not a killer. You gotta be a killer. And Tom is the opposite of that. He has a lot of self-interest, but he wants the position, he wants the power so that it will translate into the world loving him and approving of him. And that is not gonna work. Lucas Madsen knows this. He chose Tom for the specific reason that, and he told him, he laid out his plan in front of him. He said, Tom, I'm going to be doing some nasty things to this company. I'm going to be cutting it up. I'm going to chop it up into pieces. I'm going to be firing people. I'm going to, I personally think he's going to chop it up and sell it. Do it the good old fashioned, the 80s way of doing things. You buy a company, you kind of see the weaknesses and the strengths. You sell what needs to be sold. You throw into the incinerator what needs to be burnt. And you just make money off of it. And I think that the legacy of Logan Roy is going to be lost. That company is not going to last, at least not in that form. Think about it. The whole series is kind of based on the life of Rupert Murdoch. And the news division is very much believed to be Fox News. Do you really see Madsen taking Fox News and keeping it the way it is and continue to spew the politics and everything? Now, I don't believe that Madsen is some liberal guy, but he's certainly not some right-wing fanatic that believes in the things that are being spewed by the news division. He's going to get rid of it, or he's going to change it into some version of CNBC or something along those lines. So this is not going to end the way Shiv thinks it's going to end up. She's not going to take her father's company into the sunset. Her father's company is not going to last long. And Tom is going to be blamed for it. When everything starts changing and the employees start rebelling and everybody starts hating, they're going to hate on Tom. Because that's what Lucas wanted. Lucas said, I want you to be the one to absorb the pain for me so that I can look good. And you can go ahead and take the knocks. And that's not going to feel good for Tom. Tom is not going to do a really good job. And when things get so bad, when the cutting up and the chopping up, it's so cutthroat and so bloody that the stockholders and everybody starts to say, we need to change everything. What do you think they're going to do? Madsen is going to offer Tom on the sacrifice table and say, okay, things are not going very well. Tom is he's not doing a good job. Let's get rid of Tom. And then he's going to install whichever CEO he had wanted to bring in the first place. Probably some tech guy that he's been smoozing behind the scenes. He's going to put him in place. And Tom is just going to be used as the face of the first phase, which is the chopping up, the cutting up, the disaster. That's going to be Tom. And when Tom loses his job, there goes Shiv's dreams and hopes of ever becoming the CEO or any kind of executive of the company, which is what she would have gotten if she has backed her brothers. Yes, Kendall wanted the main position and he wasn't going to give it up. He was going to hold on to it until he croaked just like his dad. But at least Shiv would have been close to the leadership of the company for a really long time. And after he croaked, I truly believe Shiv is going to outlive all of them. And she was going to be the one to take over the company. But now those dreams have been dashed. So yes, Shiv, you played yourself. You played yourself. And this idea that she chose the more stable CEO. Again, we already established that Tom is not stable and he's not CEO material. Kendall, on the other hand, had proven himself that he can be the person to do the job when it needs to get done. I remember in season 2 when Logan brought him back into the fold after he had tried to betray him. And Kendall spent that entire season trying to prove to his dad that he could trust him, that he could do the job, that he was his number one boy. Remember that? He was really trying to prove it, and he got the job done. Everything his father needed from him that season, he did it. In the end, of course, he betrayed him by trying to throw him under the bus, and the cycle continued. But Kendall proved himself to be an effective leader, and we have seen it since. That presentation that he did for Living Plus that looked like it was going to be a disaster, yeah, it was corny at times, but he got it done and he did a great job. It reassured the stockholders. The actual stock price actually went up after his presentation. He did a great job. He has the chops to do it. At the funeral, when he was called upon to take over the speech because Rome was, falling apart, he took it on and he did a great job, and everybody was impressed. Even the president, everybody was like, whoa, Kenny, he has what it takes to be a good leader. Even Roman would have been a better effective CEO than Tom, because the way Roman handled the presidential election, how he took charge and did what had to be done because he was looking to kill the deal, which is what his brother told him. The brother said, we need to kill the deal. So if this guy, who at the time was showing signals that he was going to help them kill the deal, he said, if he's going to do it, I'm going to get the news division to do what it has to do to get him elected. And they did it. So far, it seems like there's going to be some kind of a fight, some legal fight, and we don't know what's going to happen. Of course, we probably will never know because the season and the show is over. But Roman proved himself. I don't think Roman is a good CEO material, but he is great COO material. He is an enforcer. He's an operator. He can do that. And then you have Kendall, who likes to be in charge. He will steer him where he needs to steer him. That would have been a much winning, stable team than the disaster that's going to happen with Tom. And I wish there was a season 5 so we could watch it all unfold. But trust me, that's what's going to happen. Tom is going to be fired. Madsson is going to put in the guy who he really wanted to put in. We don't know who this person is. It's probably going to be a Scandinavian. Who knows? But yeah, that's really what's going to happen. So this idea that this decision that Shiv made was some kind of a strategic decision, she wasn't thinking clearly. This was a last minute thing. I think maybe she was impressed by Tom, by accomplishing that coup. But she wasn't there when Madsson offered it to him. Tom didn't convince Madsson to do it. Madsson basically said, you are the village idiot. You are the person that I can use to do what I have to do. And when I'm done using you, I'm going to kick you out. If Shiv had seen that conversation, she would have known what time it is. And she would have been like, nah, let me not attach myself to this dude because I know what's coming down the line. But she didn't. She wasn't there. And I think in her mind, she pictured it like, wow, Tom really, he climbed all the way to the top. I really want to be by his side when he does this so I can manipulate him. That's another thing. She can't manipulate Tom anymore. Tom is done with her. Tom is emotionally done. I don't know how much he really loved Shiv when he married her. I think he saw himself climbing all the way to the top by using her. But it is possible that he really, truly cared about her, that they really loved each other, that they knew that this was an alliance of two people who had interests and that they knew that they could get there together. And it's very possible that there was genuine love there. That love is gone. Shiv's infidelities, her disrespect to him, her emasculation of Tom, it really hit a boiling point. And that night when they had that argument on the balcony, when he just told her, I'm done with you. And then the following day at election night, when Tom was just cutthroat. Whatever it is that he sniffed, whether it was cocaine, ketamine, I don't know what he took that night, but the demon came out and the true Tom came out, and he let it be known that he wasn't interested. Not even when she announced the pregnancy, he wasn't even like, oh, is it possible? No, he was just like, are you playing games? Listen, there's gonna be a paternity test because Tom has entered his villain era. And he's not mincing words. He's already said to Shiv everything he needed to say to her about how he really feels. And this is not going to end well. They're going to be divorced at some point. He's going to cheat on her to, exact his revenge on her. He's already moved on emotionally. He's going to know when she's trying to control him now that he's the CEO, and he's going to cut that down. He's like, no, I don't need your advice. Thank you. I know what I'm doing. And Matsson is not going to allow Tom or Shiv to control him. Matsson is already aware that Shiv is gunning for the control of the company, and he's gonna not let Tom get one word edgewise into any kind of decision making. He's gonna remind Tom, remember why I put you in place? You are my mouthpiece. You are my face, and you will do what I tell you to do. And if you don't do it, we will get rid of you. He doesn't have that many allies in the board. I think if the brothers remain on the board, which I think they might want to, so they can be that thorn on the side of Tom and Shiv, they're not going to back him in anything. They're going to delight in voting to fire him when the time is right. To exact, maybe not so much Roman, but Kendall for sure. And Roman, he goes where the wind blows. And he's not going to necessarily be aligned with Shiv, because the betrayal is going to sink in eventually. That the three of them had agreed to do something, and that then she just kicked them to the curb. Roman is going to turn on her. And so, yeah, it's not going to be cute. Now, the final theory that she somehow sacrificed herself so that the brothers could be spared from becoming the father, and she sacrificed her happiness so that she can end up like her mom, being the wife of the CEO, neglected, abandoned, emotionally abused, to save her brothers. Does that sound like Shiv, guys? Oh, wait, let me turn this light on. It's getting kind of dark. Does that sound like Shiv? Like Shiv is the altruistic, let me fall on the sword for my brothers? Come on. Shiv loves power. That's all this was. This was a wannabe, pick-me power move that's really going to backfire. This was not something that she did to sacrifice herself. I'm very disappointed. It feels like a pick-me move, doesn't it? Like she just didn't want to be a single baby mama. Like she wanted to be married, and she made a deal with Tom. Okay, if I do this for you, we stay married, we raise our family together, and we're a team. And Tom say, oh yeah, he will say anything he wants to say. He will say anything to Shiv that she wants to hear. But he's not going to do it. They're not going to be a team. That team is dead. And he feels that he has reached the mountaintop all by himself. Yeah, now Matsson is going to play both of them. So yeah, that's my little video. It went a little longer than I thought because I have some thoughts. I'm heartbroken. I really thought, I knew that this wasn't going to be like, let's ride into the sunset. We're going to close this off with a nice little package with a bow on top. I knew there was going to be tension and there were going to be some maybe surprises there. But I really didn't think it was going to be this heartbreaking. That the family was going to split up like this. It broke my heart. It really did. And I know a lot of people are out there heartbroken that this is how we ended. This is how it ends. This is how you did us, man. Anyway, here's hoping for a sequel or a spin-off or a miraculous season 5, but I don't think so. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see me do more commentary. Please subscribe to my channel because I'm trying to get to 1,000. And I think we can make it. It's going to happen any day now. Please help me. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.